Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first episode of 2020 AI Now Online Tech Forum, AI in the Contactless Economy. This webinar is hosted by IDB, Industrial Development Bureau of Taiwan, and executed by Taipei Computer Association. I'm your host today, Sandy Wu. This year, the pandemic has made social distancing a norm around the world, which highly eliminated our mobility, as well as affecting most factories' productivity and almost every aspect of our daily lives. In response to the drastic market changes, enterprises' digital transformation is not only stimulated, but also accelerated. Robots and remote experience services are also introduced to explore various possibilities of the new contactless economy. This new economic model perfectly matches AI technology, where the focus has long been on man-oriented innovation. Today's AI Now Online Tech Forum is joined by 7 speakers from 3 countries. They will bring us in-depth analysis on how AI technology can help manufacturing, mobility, retail, and other fields to navigate through the challenges while grasping market opportunities and growth momentum from a global perspective. To kick off today's forum, I would like to welcome the Director of IDB IT Industries Division, Jiunn-Shiow Lin. Hi, Director.
Hi, Sandy.
Our forum today focuses on the contactless economy. What do you think Taiwan can do to revitalize the industries in the post-pandemic world?
Okay, the coronavirus pandemic has disrupted the normal economic activity all over the world. Quarantine measures and lockdowns being seen in many countries led to shutdown of supply chains and caused trouble on human mobility, logistic flows, and money flows. The World Trade Organization predicted in April 2020 that in the worst case scenario, global trade would plunge by 32% in 2020 due to the pandemic, making the economic impact far greater than that of the financial crisis in 2009. With a lot of uncertainty ahead, it is forward-looking and innovative development strategies in the post-contactless economy and have been brought to the fore. With good foundation in hardware manufacturing, proactive participation in global value chains, and its semiconductor industry currently resting on the second spot in global production value, Taiwan is in an advantageous position right now. In response to the current state of industrial development, it is important to put Taiwan's modern engineer talents and the complete industrial supply chain into use and to build an industrial ecosystem with comprehensive smart technology to attract foreign investment and promote industrial chain alignment and cooperation. In the future, Taiwan will also accelerate the introduction of artificial intelligence, 5G, and other advanced technology applications.
Thank you, Director Lin. We now come to our first topic today, smart manufacturing. The first to join us today is ASUS, a multinational company known for the world's best motherboards, PCs, monitors, graphic cards, routers, and more, along with an expanding range of superior gaming content creation and AIoT solutions. ASUS leads the industry through cutting-edge design and innovations made to create the most intelligent, heartfelt, and joyful smart life for everyone. ASUS is one of the Forbes World's Best Regarded Companies. The focus in this session will be how to enhance digital transformation with AI technology. The talk is led by ASUS Corporate Vice President and Co-Head of AIoT Business Group, Albert Cheng. And Rick Peng, Director of AI Solution Business Unit, will be the speaker on behalf of the group. Let's welcome Rick. Hi, Rick.
Hi. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Hi, everyone. My name is Rick. I'm so happy to be here to present ASUS technology with you. Before I move to our topic for today, I would like to share with you some ideas. We have some changes inside ASUS. In the past, maybe you guys know, ASUS is a famous PC company to provide those kind of motherboard, PC monitor, and display card. But last year, November, we created a new organization we call AIoT Solution Business Unit. The idea is to provide the latest innovation product and solution to help our customers to transform their solution. And other facts to share with you, ASUS right now, we have about 14,000 employees around the world, and 1/3 are R&D engineers. And last year, we reached our sales number is about $12 billion. Moreover, ASUS is a leading company in the PC industry. So we are rated as the #1 PC leaders around the world, and also Fortune rated us a leading company for the innovation. Now you already have an idea about ASUS. Let's back to our topic for today. In 2020, COVID-19 really changed the world. When you visit customers, meet your friends, you always put on your face mask and keep a social distance with your friends all the time. So that is our tremendous change. And have you think about what will be your future life? There are two major things I would like to share with you. The first one is remote. The second one is contactless. Now, what kind of technology behind the remote? In the future, you need more bandwidth to deliver your video imagination to your customers or to your friends. The 5G will be the trend. And let's talk about another topic, contactless. If we have to keep a social distance with your customers or your friends, can we do something different? We don't have to show up. We just use the AI technology to help our customers or our friends to meet you, not face to face. If we adopt this kind of technology, 5G and AI, into the smart manufacturing, what will it look like? The first one, we take the wireless technology. We can transmit the data to our friends or to our customers, the real information. The second, we use AI plus automation. Use AI, artificial intelligence technology, and make the machine smarter. And you don't have to pay a visit to your customers. Can fix the problem remotely. Third, if you have AI technology to help the machine become smarter, we can reduce our labor cost and move our workers become a smart worker. So ASUS AI solution created contactless smart manufacturing. We have a lot of unique features to help you. We have a one tool for all, and we can use ASUS cloud technology to deploy all the AI models to the edge device. And we also provide a solution guide for the lights and the cameras. As you know, ASUS provides hardware and software solution, so you can have a one-stop shopping from ASUS. And moreover, we provide a complete AI-related online training course and a professional service through the video conference. So let's talk about another topic. If you think about when customers are using our one tool for all, which means they can use this kind of software to do the labeling, training, modeling, and deploy the model to the edge device. So now they can reduce from 50% customized to 10%. So that really changed their behavior to do the AI business. So they can use our one tool for all to reduce their efforts. Okay, so let's talk about the ASUS AIoT solution. Right now we offer 3+1. 3, we have a computer vision detection inspection, and the AI computer vision object detection. And third one is the AI wave signature inspection. But we plus another one we call quality control. we not only offer the inspection detection, but also for the quality inspection to feedback to your quality systems. If we take one example to our application, before our customers adopt our solution, the human image recognition rate is about 93%. And right now they use ASUS computer vision, we can help them to rise to the 98%. So we help them to increase the 5% accurate rate. ASUS technology has been adopted into different kind of applications. So as you can see, we already use those kind of technology into our supply chain for the metal instruction and plastic injection, PCB, EMS, fans, or thermal modules. So those kind of success, we co-work with our supply partners. So just take one metal stamping machine as an example. Before they adopt our solution, one operator take care of one machine. After they use our solution, and one operator can handle 3 machines simultaneously. So we also help them to increase the yield rate from 93% up to 98%. So that is a very huge help for the business. So right now we have the idea about ASUS technology. We can think about ASUS in the 30 years, we help customers do the people computing. And right now we move to the mobile computing and the IoT computing. Recently, we empower our capability for the AI computing. In the end, I would like to share with you ASUS AIoT solution for the smart manufacturing. Well, we focus 2 topics, AI plus edge computing. ASUS can help, and ASUS is helping our customers to transform their factories. Thanks for your attention. I'm very happy to help you guys.
Thank you for the insightful talk, Rick. The next section will be brought to you by Accton, a premier manufacturer of networking solutions with 32 years of experience as the architect, developer, and manufacturer of innovative leading-edge network products. Now, please join me in welcoming the speaker, Colby Chou, BU Head of Accton IoT Center. Hi, Colby.
Hi, Sandy. Thank you for having me. Hi, my name is Colby. I'm the BU head of Accton IoT Business Unit. I'm honored to be here to represent you Accton's achievements on smart manufacturing. Accton was founded in 1988. We are publicly listed in Taiwan stock market. Our headquarters is based in Hsinchu, Taiwan, and we have different manufacturing sites in China and Taiwan. Accton has held 32 years of experience in networking and communication solutions. Currently, we are growing at 25% revenue growth rate every year. There are about 5,200 employees worldwide. As a leader in open hardware platform, so we provide solutions like SD-WAN network, IoT, and for campus Wi-Fi and all the networking products. In the networking industry, speaking of smart manufacturing, it can be driven by 2 factors: push by the technology and pull by market demand. So in the part of push technology, so we have different kind of production type. So this kind of production nature, so it's a small quantity and diverse models, has driven us. We need to continuously to improve our quality to meet customer satisfaction. In the meantime, we also need to provide transparent production process. That's why we need to have a real-time data and connecting with customers' database to provide a real-time status report and for further AI analysis. In order to build a smart factory, we have leveraged some advanced technologies such as cloud service, mobile, production robot, and artificial intelligence. We use these technologies to accomplish the automation and for better decision-making in our factory. But in order to make a smart factory, there are some challenges. So with the COVID-19, it's getting harder and harder to find the workers worldwide. So it makes us think, how can we make a more smart process without using the same labor level that we used to have? So, but in order to use smart factory technologies, we need to invest a lot of resources. The fact that Accton can invest a lot of resources does not mean that our supply chain can do the same. That's why we need to work together. In the beginning of our project, it's difficult to accumulate enough amount of sample data. That's why we work with our suppliers to collect data not only from our side, but also from their production process. So this partnership has made us to build up a vertical data flow. In the normal SMT process, that we know that the overkill rate for AI machine is about 5%. And for SMT, the yield rate is normally around 90% or above. So it means that for every day, our inspectors, they need to check around 60,000 images per day. So it's a quite huge amount for them to do in daily job. So our goal is to improve the inspection accuracy of the SMT defect inspection. Also, we try to leverage the power of AI to reduce our workload of our inspectors. So not only that, by collecting the data, so we can do further like machine learning and big data analytic. So this will help us to find out the root cause in the beginning, not only when we make the mistake and we use AI to detect it. So here I would like to show you what we have done before and after. So this is the process, the normal process that we used to have. So as you can see that we have AI machine to help us to capture the images of each PCBA boards that we make. And every board, they will come out with NG images. So it requires the personnel to do the manual review. So in order for us to start the AI project, so firstly, we divide these defects by different types. So as you can see, these are our internal definition of different defect types. So first, we divide these defects into two groups. The first group is that it can be easily identified by AI. The second group, it means that it's difficult to be identified by AI. So once we have done this kind of definition, then we start to collect data. So these are the sample size that we use to collect from our real production line process. So as you can see that we collect around 620,000 pictures within 30 days. So out of these images, AOI detects around 48,000 defect pictures. So it's still a large amount. But after our inspectors to further check these images, we found out that only around 1,300 images are the real defect. So based on this kind of grouping mechanism, so we starting by reduce our operators' workload by 38%. So we start to train our AI model, and we integrate this AI model into our existing AOI process. So as you can see this working flow, that AOI machine still capture the images. And through this output, we will take these images, use our AI model to identify whether it's a real defect or it's an overkill. And after that, the images judged by our AI program, whether it's a real defect, then we will pass to the inspectors for further review. So we have deployed not only in our own PCBA production process, but also in our suppliers like PCB making process. So in practice, we found that around 70% are the overkill from the original AOI machine. And there are some defects which are very hard for AOI machine to identify. That's why we introduce a new mechanism. First, we limit these defects into 4 categories. So as you can see that we have these 4 defect types: C2, C8, C13, C14. So we combine these 4 categories as a single defect type. Further, that we collect more data as our project goes on. So now we define into 5 different kind of major types of defect. So the first is what we call the C-level defect. The second is about the printing marking defect. So the third one is about the solder issue. The fourth one is about the lead fail. And the last one is about the polarity. So after we have done this kind of classification for the defect, now you can see these new tables. So after AOI machines pass out the defect signals to our inspectors, we will identify only one bad reason core and to do the judge. So as you can see that in the past, the missing defect, now the missing may cover more, including shift, tombstone, billboard, these kind of defects. So we are grouping these defects together. By introducing this kind of AOI mechanism into our production, so there's another challenge is that we need to work with AOI machine vendors. Not only Accton's vendors, but also with our customers' vendors. So we need to be able to collect data from this machine. Some of the machines, they may be not online, or they are not authorized for third party to capture these images from the machine. But we manage to import these images not only for our own use, but we help our customer to import the images, and we build the AI model on top of that. Besides of AOI inspection, we also have another what we call smart assembling process. The idea is that because we have many SOPs need to be followed in our assembly production line. So in order to do that, first we define the objects and we create the golden sample images for each product. Then every time when we assemble the new product, we compare these new objects with the golden sample images. Then we use the camera on top of this assembly line. We check our operator's hand movement by camera. And we are using these images, these are the live images, to verify whether the actions are correct and whether they are missing some steps. And once we have done that, then we deploy this, what we call as a ESOP. So right now, we are deploying this kind of mechanism not only in our assembly line, but also in our packaging station. And we can do further movement checking. So these are the sample images that we capture from our real production process. As you can see that these are the images we capture from the live camera that we use in our assembly line. So when the object is marked in red, it means this process is finished. And when this is marked in blue, it means that there are still some works need to be done. And for our product, we have different layers, different kind of modules, different kind of motherboards need to be assembled. So we also record this kind of process to make sure that every pieces are in the right place. So as you can see, so how we do that is that we use the object detection to detect all the objects we have predefined. So we identify these are the key components need to be in place. So these are the images we took from our packaging station. So in the past, that we have an operator to put all the accessories into the paper box before we ship up. So right now we put this kind of accessories and we use the same object detection mechanism to check everything is in place before shipping up. So this is the overall reference architecture. So the idea is that we can deploy this kind of AI in the edge, and we can make a scalable cloud architecture in cloud. We can leverage any kind of public cloud services providers. And this is the overview of our Pallas Smart Factory solution. So not only AI, but also we have other like temperature or other monitoring systems in place. Accton has won the National Quality Award in 2018. Now we keep leveraging this kind of Pallas system to help us to build a better product with a better quality to our customers. Thanks again for having me today. Thank you.
Thank you for the talk, Colby. Regarding smart manufacturing, we have Dr. Bernard Casse, the founder and CEO of RIOS. RIOS develops Dexterous AI-powered robots with haptic intelligence platform, which provides automatic manufacturing technology and services for factories' assembly lines as well as warehouse logistics. Let's welcome Dr. Casse.
Greetings, Taiwan from Palo Alto, California. It's an honor, a pleasure to be speaking at this AI virtual conference. And we hope to connect with some of you also at this conference. Hope you enjoyed the talk. So good morning, everyone. Thank you for your time today. So I'd like to talk a little bit about RIOS. RIOS is a VC-backed startup company in Silicon Valley. So we are headquartered in Palo Alto and we have a pilot facility about 10 miles away. We've been in business for 1.5 years only. As a technology business, we provide what we call factory automation as a service. So our mission is to deploy Dexterous AI-powered robots on factory assembly lines, in warehouses, in logistics or supply chain operations. And we can go as far as providing a lights out factory by partnering with other systems integrators. So So before I sort of dive in, I'd like to introduce the core team. We have a world-class team. A number of us have advanced degrees from leading universities in the US, Europe, and Asia. We have very specialized skill set, very relevant experience. A number of us manage million-dollar programs. We've built technology, and we are very execution-focused. This is a video that's sort of very telling about what it is that we are building. So we build full-stack robots. We build Dexterous AI-powered robots. We build our own software algorithms. I mean, we create machine learning algorithms. We also build our own hardware. We build intelligent end effectors. We've built the world's most advanced tactile sensors for robots. And we're also the first company having built what we call haptic intelligence for robots. And we also do systems integration. That means we buy hardware and software that's off the shelf, and then we integrate our own hardware and software stack on top of it. Now, if you sort of look at the videos, I mean, we've enabled a sense of touch in robots. And sort of every capability that you would expect from a human hand, we've actually built those onto robots. So just to give you a little bit of context, I mean, when we tell people we're in the business of factory automation as a service, I mean, this is sort of the picture that they have in mind, like industrial robots working on assembly lines. And many people think that, well, this is the state of all factories today. So there are sort of two misconceptions there. I mean, one is about the state of robotics. I mean, these are traditional robots. So with traditional robots, I mean, they are great at doing very repetitive tasks, but they are scripted or pre-programmed. It means you need to write long line of codes for them to do any kind of tasks, and they operate in tightly controlled environments. I mean, this is the state of robotics today. And then the sort of second sort of problem is that if you enter into any factories from manufacturing to agriculture, then you'll realize that there are still human beings working on assembly lines. I mean, if you think about the numbers, there are 345 million people on the factory floor today, and only about less than 2 million robots or so. And the reason why well, there are not so many robots is that many of these tasks that sort of human beings are handling are extremely difficult to automate. We are talking about tasks that require human-level dexterity, tasks that deal with multi-SKUs, hundreds of SKUs to 1,000 or even more SKUs. So that means different objects with different shapes and sizes. And they're also dealing with what we call unstructured environments, where objects are coming at different positions on the assembly line, and people are simply sort of moving stuff around. I mean, this is really, I mean, these types of scenarios are really our sweet spot. I mean, this is where RIOS comes in. And in the grand scheme of things, what we are solving is the labor shortage problem, the global workforce crisis. And this is what I have, sort of these sort of 3 bullet points, and they all go hand in hand. So we build robots simply because, I mean, we are building robots so that factories can address rising customer demands. I mean, we've seen today that, we've seen that during the pandemic that factories are unable to adapt to real-time customer demands, and it's simply because we're in an era we are facing labor shortage. At the same time, we're also in many of these jobs we're also facing labor turnover. That means people work in these jobs for 3 or 4 months and they simply quit because the job is simply too grueling. And we are at the sort of limit in which humans can actually carry out these tasks. And today we are sort of a VC-backed company because of the large market involved. So it's even if we could automate, I mean, all these tasks, what we call predictable physical tasks, it's a $766 billion market that we are looking at. So the solution that RIOS is proposing is an AI powered and dexterous robot. So I mean, if you think about humans doing doing work on an assembly line, I mean, they're always coordinating between their brains, their hands, and their eyes. I mean, these sort of human level characteristics, we are taking them and embedding them onto these machines. We build intelligent perception system or AI-driven perception system where essentially robots learn to recognize objects, learn about new objects, and then sort of learn to recognize a broad array of objects. We are also, like I've mentioned earlier, that we are enabling a sense of touch in robots. I mean, we are building, we've built human-like tactile sensors that allows robot to, that enables a sense of touch, and at the same time, every capability that you would expect from a human hand, we've actually embedded those onto these machines. And also, we are building a neural processing unit, which is essentially the brain of the robot. We are building models so that these robots can execute execute tasks in various environments. So we've built what we call multi-purpose robots. I mean, these are sort of a few examples of what our robots can accomplish. I mean, the first one is pick and place. I mean, it's really, I mean, the application is really in e-commerce. So the robots learned about a broad set of objects, and the robot can actually compute the grasp points of many of these objects, and the robots knows how to pick them in various orientations. And sort of the nice thing here is that the robots also learn to extrapolate. They have the ability to pick objects that they haven't learned before, I mean, objects of the same class. If you look at the second video, I mean, this is the video that we did for a 3D printing company. I mean, we've shown, this is in the area of machine tending. So we've shown here that the robots can actually replace the printer head of a printer. And here you're seeing that the sort of robot is trying to reorient itself and screw a cap. Now, if I look at if I look at the other sort of two use cases, one is in lab automation. I mean, this is what we've done for a chemical company. So we've shown lab. It's lab automation inside a chemistry lab. So this is around sample preparation. I mean, sample preparation, you need to move samples around, pour liquids, place them on scales and put them in carriers, and we've shown that our robots can actually be programmed to do some of these tasks. And also one of the use cases also that we've sort of demonstrated, I mean, we've shown that our robots can actually pick wire harnesses. Here we show that it can pick an Ethernet cable and just plug it into a modem. So believe it or not, I mean, this is one of the hardest tasks for robots. And all these tasks, I mean, our robots require about sort of an hour. I mean, we can simply rebuild models, and it takes about an hour for them to be able to perform a lot of these tasks. Sort of to wrap up, I mean, we want to talk about our business model. So our business model is what we call robots as a service. So we've moved from the traditional business model where essentially companies want to sell you hardware, hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars in hardware, and they require upfront capital commitment, and everything else is separate. I mean, if you're talking about software, maintenance, or if you want automation beyond the line, they'll tell you to go and seek third-party providers. In our business model, I mean, we don't require any upfront capital commitment. I mean, the way customers fund their automation need is simply by paying us an OPEX fee. It's a monthly fee that they pay that's competitive with the cost of human operators. And everything else is included: the software, maintenance, automation beyond the line. I mean, we remain the sole point of contact. I mean, we also talk to our preferred network of providers to provide services to our clients. And if you think about the ROI here, I mean, it's a simple labor rate ROI calculation that we require. So we handle, everything, we do provide an all-inclusive service where we handle the installation, the programming, and reprogramming as needed. And the maintenance itself is either carried sort of by us. It's a combination of us and also through our partners. And we actually look forward to working with some of you here today. Well, thank you again for your time.
Thank you very much, Dr. Casse. Welcome back to Taiwan's View. Dr. Lin, please share with us your thoughts on AI innovation-driven industrial upgrades.
Okay. In terms of international trends and industrial development, AI combined with IoT, big data, machine learning, high-performance computing, deep learning, and other software-hardware integrated solutions will be an important key to driving industry and social innovation. Taiwan has accumulated years of experience in developing information and communication technology applications and semiconductor chips, and play a vital role in the global supply chain, contributing significantly to the advancement of smart technology. In recent years, by implementing its national development strategy of digital nation, smart island, Taiwan government has spared no efforts in bringing R&D resources and investment to Taiwan, hoping to take Taiwan's technological strength to the next level. According to Switzerland's International Institute for Management Development, IMD World Digital Competitiveness Ranking in 2019, Taiwan came as the 13th in overall performance and ranked within top 3 on 3 subcategories, including mobile broadband subscribers, total R&D personnel per capita, and high-tech exports. The outstanding results once again demonstrate Taiwan's determination to build a national digital innovation ecosystem.
Thank you, Director Lin. We'll see you later soon. Earlier on Taiwan's View, we mentioned that Taiwan's semiconductor industry plays a key role in the global supply chain. It also laid an important foundation for the smart technology development. Our next guest speaker is a pioneer in Taiwan's semiconductor industry who has dedicated his career to the worldwide IC design over the past 30 years. Let's welcome Dr. Nicky Liu, chairman and founder of ICE3D Microelectronics and Etron Technology. Hi.
Hi, very nice to meet you.
Very nice to have you here with us in the forum too.
Okay, wonderful. Hi everyone. It's my great pleasure to represent 3 companies, i3D, Etron, and eEver Technology, to present some message under a title, Booming LifeSense Age, Fueled by AI on Chips and Tackling COVID Hardships. Life and sense are 2 important things for human life. Under current pandemic stage, I think more people appreciate that technology people can use sensing technology to help us to enjoy more of our life. Fortunately, before COVID-19, human beings already studied the human and machine interface. So currently, we have technologies to do the unmanned AGV to cover the manned driving. And also, many cleaning robots using our chips now can help human cleaning. In addition, our chip also help people can do the cashierless shopping. And this is a new life called touchless life. And one key message is that all this new technology like real-time streaming, wearable, smart cities, all are enabled by semiconductor chips. And look at this, smart retails. And we can use all kind of cameras to watch the objects to fulfill the application like people and counting, and also look like the robots that can pick up the objects very precisely. The technology that i3D is using is explained here. We use a depth sensing processor made in silicon. We can receive the signal from sensor. Of course, the sensor receives signal from camera lens. So because we can receive signals from multiple lenses, so we can compose the image to make us see these objects in real stereo mode. So look at the AI pictures. That person is playing the umbrellas, and you can see that there's a stereo images, and also the image be converted to stick diagram we call skeleton. With middleware to process those skeletons, we can do face recognition, gesture control, and our customer will write the right software to enhance the AI applications. And when we collect all this digital information, we call point clouds. So you look at these models, actually all the bottom three are composed by point clouds. And these point clouds can be transmitted by the wireless, so you can interact with these point clouds. And our chip also used by the VR and AR technology, such as you can buy the HMD from Facebook or Valve, and you can play all the games, virtual reality, and you can immerse yourself into it. That's what we call augmented realities. So i3D produced a series of products. Okay, the most complicated one is called depth map processing units. With these units, we can fulfill the virtual reality and AI world to allow people with distance remotely exchange their life experiences. And now let me introduce another new technology that's done by ever. Is USB 4.0 video capture controller. And so that will allow you to work from home because data has been transmitted by live streaming, and you can do video conference and e-sport games. Very interesting, look at this. During the pandemic period, because our technology allowed the data transfer by wireless and wire lines. So look at these people are still enjoying the competing each other on the esports contests. And of course, the third company, Etron, they are a specialty company making memories. And now we announced that we make the world's smallest DRAMs. So you can see that DRAMs coupled with lattice FPGA chips, then you can make the world's smallest camera to do the AI wearable. That means you wear a camera on your body and you can do all kinds of AI games. And now I want to show you when we combine all this data and we can do the following people's dream. Human beings dream that we can bring all the people from distance to get together. You may watch a movie called Kingsman, and then you look at it. Traditionally, for a meeting, we have to physically arrive at the meeting room. But in the future, you know, people can wear the glasses, and then we transmit the 3D point clouds, as I explained. Then we have virtual meeting. And I don't call virtual because there is an actual person to coordinate a meeting, so I call this is augmented reality or XR, whatever. And this can be done in the past by laser technology. But I hope in the future we can use microelectronic technology and helpful by laser or infrared detector. We can fulfill this dream, especially for the touchless economy. This will be a major scenery that people can get together for meeting and see the body and see the eyes, touch, and many things. So with our technology, that's interesting enough. During the pandemic phase, these sports game player they still can participate in e-sport contests, and they can compete each other. So this is another company product, Etron product. Etron is well known for making the world specialty DRAMs. And now we announced that we make the world's smallest DRAMs called RPC DRAMs, and coupled with the latest FPGA processor, and we make the world's smallest cameras. And these small cameras had the power to process AI data. So we call AI wearable cameras. So you put the cameras on your body, attachments, whatever, and you can process with AI, with your vision, to simplify the information you want to get. So put things together, and there is a dream for human beings. We want to have telepresence. In the traditional meetings, you have to collect everybody into the meeting room, and then we can have physical body interactions. However, with the point cloud technology I introduced you, your data has been converted to digital information to transmit to the meeting room. So this is the picture, the movie you may watch in the Kingsman. Okay, one guy to call everybody to the meeting room, but those people are in the different countries. And that's possible by our 3D technology with memory technologies. So for Taiwan, this big event, we also extend the invitation to our partners to come to Taiwan or participate this meeting for AI-enabled smart retail. Let me introduce you. We have partners use our chips. This is a Japanese company, NextEdge. They put our chip in the surgery room of the Tokyo University for a liver surgeon to operate, to do the surgery. And the second one, Cyberlink, Taiwan company, to make face recognition by using the 3D cameras. And the third one is robot company called TN. And they use our camera on the robot arm so it can precisely pick up the objects. And there are a few AI partners, Blaze, SLAMcore, Falcon, and Augmented Pixels. Some of them will also give the lectures just like I did now. And one more thing I want to emphasize, the AI and chip to generate these virtual interactions or the touchless economy. And one thing very important called heterogeneous integration of technology. That's I promoted since 2004. So 15 years later, and we put many chips together with AI technology. And heterogeneous integration roadmap is what IEEE endorsed after Moore's Law. And so I show you this picture by the TSMC. Instead of I design the chips for my customer interact with AI technologies, the other hand, I have to work with TSMC on multiple technology. For example, they are famous with logic, but today it's not just logic. They operate a lot, like a sensor technology, like what I can see, audio, decoder, many different technology putting together. So I want to show you a picture, what we can do in the following slogan that Taiwan is moving on. We call AI on Chip, Taiwan Alliance. And government sponsored this alliance, but 102 companies joined this activity. And we work constantly among this company to generate the AI action by the chip. So this is the strength of Taiwan and also the strength of the three companies I introduced you today. So finally, in summary, today I show you Etron for a specialty DRAMs, very key technology for AI and touchless economics. I also show you the i3D, which can generate a point cloud by the cameras, very low cost technology. but with the wireless, we can have a mutual telepresence conference. And the third one is ever. You may remember that we use USB 3.0 and 4.0 to transmit signal that people can do the video games in the different locations. No touch. They only touch on their keyboard. So in summary, integrated smart microsystem that we like to develop in Taiwan and in the world. We welcome everybody join Taiwan, and we welcome to serve you for a touchless economics. So thank you very much for your attention. I hope it's helpful to you to develop your technologies. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Liu, for sharing so much with us. Our next speaker today used to be Google Taiwan's #3 employee and the first Taiwanese Google I/O presenter. Since 2011, he started leading iKala and transformed the enterprise from an online karaoke business to Asia's leading human-centered AI company, which also is Google Cloud's premium partner and the only Facebook global marketing solution partner. Let's welcome Sega Cheng, co-founder and CEO of iKala. Hi.
Hi, Sandy. Thank you for having me today.
Thank you for coming to the forum with us.
Hi, everyone. I'm Sega, co-founder and CEO of iKala. So iKala is a company providing AI-driven digital transformation to our enterprise customers. And today I'm going to share with you how we use AI to transform marketing and also new retail. And so I think the biggest paradigm shift in the business world for the past decade is definitely AI, which is now everywhere in our daily life. Whether you are doing a Google search online or you are buying a book from Amazon, AI is behind the curtain to give you the most relevant search results or give you the best recommendation of the books you might be interested in when you are ready to check out from your shopping cart. And so AI is there behind the curtain, and as my professor from Stanford, Andrew, once said, AI is the new electricity, and which vividly described the essence of AI as an infrastructure that now powers almost every business applications in the world. And 2020 marks another turning point for the entire world thanks to COVID-19. And we have seen phenomenal changes in consumer behaviors for the last couple of months. So here are the stats we have in hand. More than 47% of people, consumers, they are spending more time on social media, and accordingly, they started to shopping and buying stuff online, and they are now consuming online contents, including live videos and also influencer performance. So, as a business owner, you might be asking, so how do I react to this kind of paradigm shift, consumer changes for the years to come? And so as an AI company, we have seen there's still a huge gap between some leading companies who are already using AI to transform almost every business, and traditional companies who are still struggling to understand the basics of AI and how AI can come to help and help their business sustain. And so here's iKala's mission to bridge that gap. So our vision is to let everyone benefit from AI by providing human-centered solutions to our enterprise customers. And so here, iKala now is a company with two divisions, commerce and cloud, and we provide different solutions accordingly in these two different fields. So for commerce, we are providing solutions for influencer marketing, social commerce, and also online merge offline solutions. And for iKala Cloud, it's more for enterprise customers who wants to build their business infrastructure or business intelligence infrastructures. And we are now partnering with some of the biggest technology companies in the world, like YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, and also some other prominent regional partners in Southeast Asia, and including Vietnam Telecom or K-Bank in Thailand. And so iKala is a team of 120 people now from Stanford, Google, and Microsoft. And we are operating in 8 countries now. So here are some of the big logos we are servicing now. That includes some popular names like L'Oreal in cosmetics industry, Unilever for retail and grocery stores, and Foodpanda for food delivery. And so together we have been servicing customers from across 7 countries, 12 industries, and almost 400 enterprise customers. And there's more. We are also providing marketing technology solutions to more than 15,000 advertisers in APAC, and we have more than 140,000 social merchants using our social commerce tool in Southeast Asia. So let's get into the more details of iKala Commerce and what we are offering to our customers. So the problems we are solving here are actually very interesting. So the first one is that we help customers expand their sales channels to social platforms. And the next one is we help them integrate all the marketing channels data into one place. So today I'm going to focus on expanding sales to social channels. And that includes influencer marketing and also social commerce. So let me give you an introduction of one of the major product lines iKala is providing to our brands and advertisers. So KO Radar, it's an influencer analytics platform for advertisers and brands, and it only does one thing: collect all the world's influencer information and make it universally accessible and useful for our enterprise customers, for our brands and advertisers. So traditionally, when marketers want to do influencer marketing, they're doing it by intuition, by their hunch. So they are not doing it systematically or data-driven. And so the one thing we did is that we partner with Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok, these kind of big tech companies in the world, and collect influencers' data across these social platforms and analyze them in greater details, and providing the details of the influencer performance on these platforms to our advertisers and brands, so that we make influencer marketing more measurable and predictable. And so here is an example of how we transform traditional marketing operating model with one of our customers, Peng. So Peng is one of the major banks in Taiwan, as targeting Z or Y generations as their customers. And so they designed a new credit card for youngsters, and they want to promote this credit card with influencers, lots of influencers. So their request is simple. They want like tens of influencers promote their credit card on the social networks at the same time, so that they can get awareness of youngsters for this credit card. So our approach is pretty simple. Since we have a platform, KO Radar, which is an analytics platform, which can recommend suitable influencers to Peng. And so we started with a keyword search on the platform. So the keyword might be, okay, savings, recharge, credit card, some kind of financial terms. We put that into our search engine. And then our algorithm will give us a list of more than 400 match influencers who have been talking about savings or financial arrangements on social networks. And we give the list to our customer, Peng. And from that, they shortlisted 40 influencers to join this influencer marketing campaign project. And on the bottom right is the performance, is the result of the whole campaign. So as a total, Peng acquired more than 5,000 credit card applications in this influencer marketing campaign. So is this number good or bad? Let me share with you an average number of customer acquisition in financial services industry. So averagely, if we want to acquire a credit card application with traditional marketing practices, the average cost is about $70 US dollars. So the value of this influencer marketing campaign is about $350,000 US dollars. But how much does Peng spend on this campaign? Only 50,000. So as a result, we save over 70 and even over 80% of traditional marketing costs in this single campaign. So that's how we use AI and technology to transform influencer marketing. So here is a quick comparison of using AI in influencer marketing before and after. So traditionally, the campaign result influencer marketing is really hard to measure. But with AI, with our methodology we just talked about, campaign now is easily measurable, and it's very scientific. And that's the way we use AI to transform influencer marketing. And so we talk about consumer change during the pandemic era. So actually, on the consumer side, they are selling and buying stuff on social networks, which is a new behavior, especially popular in Southeast Asia or even South America. So for brands and advertisers, they are asking for more solutions of us. They want this brand new set of tools to help them providing e-commerce web fronts on social networks, so that they can directly engage these customers on social networks. Social networks, after all, is not an e-commerce platform. That's why brands and advertisers need this kind of tool set so that they can start doing e-commerce on social networks. So that includes a set of tools that focus on live shopping and focus on 27 conversational commerce tools that can help brands and directly engage with their consumers on social network, on their fan pages. And so that's the reason we built up Shop Plus. So Shop Plus, to put it simply, is just a application you can download for free from your Android or your iPhone. It's an app designed for merchants, for small and medium businesses in Southeast Asia. And so it comes with all the functions and features we just talked about, like live shopping, like order management, logistics, and payment, even 24/7 customer service automatically with it. And so it is now used by more than 140,000 brands to engage with social buyers on Facebook. And we have connected more than 10 million social buyers in Southeast Asia. And we are at the run rate of more than 3 million transactions on Facebook a year from now. Okay, so here is a success story about the new retail. We use Shop Plus to help them. So one day we got a call from Unilever in Philippines, and they said, okay, our grocery stores are all shut down, and we need a very, very urgent solution so that we can continue our business for the grocery stores. But for traditional grocery store, they don't have any online presence, if any. And so we just tell them to download Shop Plus, from Android or from iPhone, and immediately turning their Facebook fan pages into a web store, so that they can start doing business online in just 2 weeks. So as a whole, we help them bring their business online, traditional physical business online in 2 weeks, and help them creating a new business model, which we call buy online and pick up in store, in a very, very short time. So that's the kind of digital transformation we help Philippines do. Okay, so here is the so having talked about the solution we are offering to our customers, you would think, okay, so AI adoption is all about influencer marketing, or just download Shop Plus app from the smartphone. The answer is no. AI adoption is actually more than that. And some people would think AI adoption is a project with limited lifetime, but actually AI adoption is a continual process that you should continue to cultivate to really transform your business in the long term. And that's why we proposed the framework of DAA flywheel to help as a framework to guide our customers through the whole process. So there are actually 3 elements in the process: digitalization, analytics, and application. The stuff influencer marketing or social commerce we just talked about falls on the category of applications. But for any business who want to adopt AI in their business, it is actually spinning this wheel. So oftentimes they start with digitalization, collecting all their siloed data across different departments together, and start doing some analytics and see how we can use that data for the business applications. And the better digitalization or the better analytics we do, the better application we have, and the more the quality data we can gather, which eventually form a feedback loop, a virtuous cycle for any business. So as a summary, it all boils down to knowing your customer. So for the past few years, brands and advertisers started losing profiles of their customers. And now is the time you use AI and some cutting edge technologies to really engage and personalize and know who your customers really are. And that can be done by AI, machine learning, and also analytics. And so the trend we are seeing, the next paradigm shift we are seeing is that, okay, people are now moving to AI commerce, which uses AI behind the curtain to power almost any kind of marketing practices, like influencer marketing and social commerce we talk about today, and also OMO, online merge offline. So this is the paradigm shift we have seen coming in the coming years. And so people are now become the center of AI. AI sits behind the curtain, and we are here ready to offer a cornucopia of all solutions to our customer engagements. So this is the last slide I have for today, to give you some key takeaways of what we are seeing happening in the coming years. So first of all, data and AI will continue to be the core of every business model. And people should, as a business owners, you should try really hard to understand what AI can do for you by asking the right question, like what's my existing business model is and how AI can augment my existing business model. And second, due to COVID-19, stay-at-home economy will continue maybe for another 1 or 2 years, and new customer behaviors will form, and you need a new set of marketing tools and to do effective marketing and to really directly go to your consumer. And last but not least, online experience now complement physical retail experience. And traditionally, physical experience is incredibly frustrating. So just think about the time you wasted on looking for a specific item, in a store. And that will change once you use your online technology, combining with your offline experience. And with all that, I hope I have given you a clear idea of how AI can help with you. And I'm very much looking forward to co-working with you in the future. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing with us, Sega. This is our last section of Taiwan's view. Regarding leveraging Taiwan's advantages and strengthening investments overseas, Dr. Lin, could you please elaborate on this topic?
Okay. To attract more overseas funds into Taiwan, Taiwan government launched the Emerging Industry R&D program in June 2020 to give priority to developing 3 core technologies: emerging semiconductors, new generation communications, and artificial intelligence. By inviting international tech firms to set up R&D center in Taiwan and connect with domestic industry chains on collaboration that accelerate the growth of Taiwan's R&D system, the program hopes to help Taiwan go global and link with the world. Taiwan has a good foundation and advantages to develop AI applications. For example, it ranked the first in the world in terms of information hardware, manufacturing, and the open data indicator, and it has a high-tech vertical market application as well as small and medium-sized enterprises that are dynamic and energetic. This explains why Taiwan becomes one of the best options for major foreign investment. Google, for example, has its largest data center of Asia located in Taiwan, and the second one here is about to enter the construction phase. In addition, Microsoft also established Asia's first AI R&D center in Taiwan, and in 2018, in just over a year, it further expanded the scale and increased its investment in Taiwan's AI industry cluster. Taiwan government will continue to do the best it can to turn Taiwan into a global high-tech R&D center, promoting the development of digital economy and creating more business opportunities.
Thank you, Director Lin. We'll see you later. Next, on smart mobility, we would like to invite Mr. Owen Nicholson, CEO of SLAMcore, to give us a talk. SLAMcore is invested by Toyota Research Institute's $100 million Toyota AI Ventures. The company develops full-stack spatial AI solutions for robots and drones. SLAM algorithms translate sensor information into spatial intelligence, closing the loop between perception and action. Hi, Owen.
Hi, Sandy. It's great to be here. My name's Owen, and I'm the CEO and co-founder of SLAMcore. It's a real privilege and pleasure to talk to you today and to be part of this incredible event. And I'd like to take the next few minutes to tell you about how the landscape for autonomous machines is changing and how SLAMcore are on a mission to democratize this technology. Now, robots come in all shapes and sizes. Autonomous cars, ground robots and drones are all examples of machines with spatial awareness. And I can't think of a more exciting and rewarding space to be working. Robots provide the answer to some of the most important challenges we face as a species. Renewable energy infrastructure at the scale of cities, sustainable agriculture, caring for and supporting the elderly. In fact, if robots were more widely used, then the impact of this horrific pandemic on society could have drastically been reduced. But as big as the potential is, there's still some way to go. Robots struggle to cope with change. When the lighting varies, when structure changes, when there are just too many people walking around. When the world gets too real, robots struggle to answer the following questions. Where am I? How far away are the things from me, and what are they? These are the three fundamental questions of spatial understanding, and the biggest cause of robotic failure is when a robot gets the answers to one of these wrong. Now, to find a solution, we don't have to look too far because spatial awareness is also at the heart of the AR/VR product range. So we can learn a lot by observing how this industry has taken on the challenge. Here we have three of the most advanced spatially aware machines on the planet today. And these tech giants have done an incredible job building machines that can answer these questions whilst keeping the hardware costs down. They all have three things in common. The first is that they use vision as their main sensing modality. No fancy LiDARs, no futuristic sensors. The humble CMOS sensor is at the heart of all of these products. The second thing is that they all have an inertial sensor on board with an integrated gyroscope and accelerometer. They fuse this data with the camera to increase the performance. And this combination of visual and inertial sensing is the key to answering these questions. And it shouldn't come as a surprise because humans and many other animals take exactly the same approach. We have cameras, our eyes, and inertial sensors, and we fuse that data to understand our space and navigate through it. But the final thing these products have in common is that these tech giants have heavily optimized their algorithms to run on this specific hardware. So much so that if you took the software from one and put it on the other, it wouldn't just perform badly, it wouldn't work at all. And this makes sense if you want to sell millions of units of a really small product range, but that's not good enough for the robotics industry. Just as there's no one animal on the planet which is optimal in all conditions, there's no one single hardware configurations that will be optimal for all robotic applications. The robotic industry is made up of thousands of niche verticals, all with different technical and commercial requirements. We don't need something that works well in one instance. We need visual inertial algorithms that are flexible and configurable to allow us to try different hardware combinations and find the ones that work for us. Well, that's exactly what we're doing here at SLAMcore. SLAMcore originally span out from Imperial College and was founded by absolute world leaders in the field of machine vision. After multiple funding rounds led by incredible investors, we've grown the team to 25, including 16 PhDs from 14 countries around the world. Between us, we've produced 50 patents, 500 papers, and 50,000 citations. We are all united under one clear mission, and that is to democratize vision-based spatial awareness for machines, or as we like to call it, spatial AI. And after 3 years of development and $12 million raised, I'm extremely proud to introduce you to the SLAMcore Spatial AI SDK. Developers can create their own vision-based solutions with our proprietary algorithms at the core. Let's take a closer look. So the first thing any robot wants to know is where it is as it moves through space. And as the robot moves, our algorithms analyze each frame from the onboard camera to build a centimetre accurate map of key points within the environment, while simultaneously calculating the position of the robot relative to these points. We also fuse information from a low-cost gyroscope and accelerometer, which greatly improves the accuracy and robustness of the position estimate. In fact, here we can see our system in action, mounted on a remote control car building a point cloud of this outdoor space, while simultaneously estimating the position of the car to centimetre accuracy, all in real time. A robot also needs to know what the shape of the world is around it so it can navigate effectively. Our solution to this is by fusing the depth information generated by the same sensors described previously. In fact, this 3D map is being generated in real time and can be used for path planning and obstacle avoidance. But for truly spatially aware machines, robots don't just need to know the shape of the world and their position within it. They need to know what the objects are. Is it a person? Is it a chair, a wall, a ceiling? Using the same sensors as for our positioning and mapping solutions, we have developed a proprietary neural network to first segment out, then categorize objects in real time. This will ultimately allow our system to identify objects and position them in both time and space, providing the robot with full spatial understanding. Our SDK has been developed from the bottom up by genuine world leaders to tackle all three of these questions as a whole. This approach has a huge advantage, as an accurate position gives you a better quality map and more confidence in the location of the objects you observe. And knowing the difference between static and dynamic objects means you only need to map what's relevant, and this in turn increases the accuracy of your position estimate. We call this approach full stack spatial AI. We've kept our business model simple. For small scale deployments, you can download our SDK for free from our website. As companies grow, we'll charge a monthly subscription per developer to use the SDK and a monthly license for the robot to commercially deploy. Now, in the past, it could take a company months, if not years, to create a vision-based spatial AI solution. We've reduced that time from months to minutes. Just head to our website, sign up for an account, download the SDK, and you're off. As long as you have hardware we support, you can be up and running in less than 30 seconds. And you don't have to take my word for it. As you can see from the video on this slide, in the time it's taken me to present this slide, you could have actually downloaded, installed, and launched our SDK. As we discussed earlier, there's no one-size-fits-all solution. Developers need the flexibility to find a hardware configuration that works for them. Everything from the type of camera, the quality of the IMU, or the power, weight, and cost limits of the system, these are all variables that need to be optimized. And our solution gives developers the power to do this. Our product is software, but our strategy is to partner with the best hardware companies out there to support a growing range of readily available configurations. We also provide the ability to customize our algorithms so developers can optimize their specific application and make the necessary trade-offs between price, power, and performance. Our public SDK works out of the box on x86 machines, and through our pay-to-play Visionaries program, you can gain access to our build for ARM architectures, including the Qualcomm Snapdragon, NVIDIA Jetson range, and the Raspberry Pi. I truly believe that we are entering into a new era for autonomous machines. The landscape is maturing from silos to supply chains, from a handful of big players all working in isolation to an ecosystem of partners working together to build solutions that will have a profound and positive impact on the way we live our lives. We at SLAMcore are committed to opening up this incredible technology to the developers around the world. From hackers to tech giants, from startups to multinationals. The more companies we have building solutions in this space, the more this will drive innovation and ultimately allow us to realize the true potential of robotic technology as a force for good in the world. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Owen, for sharing with us. Having heard the talks from all our speakers, I believe we now have a better understanding on the latest technological developments and prospects of contactless economy in various fields. I would like to end the forum with another talk with Director Lin.
Hello, Sandy.
Hi, Director Lin. How do you think Taiwan can speedily bring AI to the center stage and draw public's or enterprises' attention?
Okay. In the post-pandemic era, companies should re-examine the value of AI and implement or integrate AI technology into the industrial trend. The Industrial Development Bureau, IDB, under Ministry of Economic Affairs, has been trying to channel AI talents into the industry by facilitating AI implementation in the industry to help companies utilize AI technology to solve pain points in demand and improve operating performance and efficiency. To effectively accelerate the introduction of AI products or AI service solutions into the industry, the IDB has launched various projects that have attracted the proposal from 49 companies led by 10 industrial SIG. And their products or services are closely linked to our everyday life. They include the coffee market business analysis AI platform, AI solutions for textile industry that incorporate the cutting-edge technology into our closets, and the senior care information platform in the long-term care field, showing that the AI buzz has gradually come into our lives, and AI is getting popular for either the industry or the general public.
Understand. So how could you please share with us how Taiwan government can help linking our AI industry to the global market?
Okay. According to the technology consulting firm Accenture, investing in AI or not is going to make a huge difference for the long-term economic development for developed countries. Countries that actively push forward AI development are expected to lead over those who do not, 2 or 3 times larger in GDP by 2035. To help Taiwan connect with the world with its innovative technology, the IDB has 2 strategies. The first one is to make Taiwan a trial site for various AI applications developed by local startups that span across manufacturing, retail, healthcare, and others. After having enough on-site experience, the second strategy is to assist those startups to connect with the resources from international companies. Why? It's true that we have many companies that are already doing well in the global market, but most startups are still trying to make a name for themselves. So, or to struggle with the insufficient resources. That is the reason why we are encouraging big companies like ASUS, AUO, Accton, Changhua Telecom, and even international giants such as Amazon and Silicon Valley Accelerator Spark Labs to find a partner in Taiwan, and then through their networks help more local companies reach global market. This year's global business activity have been seriously affected by the pandemic, putting that of international cooperation on hold. However, crisis could also bring opportunity. Online service and contactless service are growing rapidly. We must seize this opportunity and go for more virtual service that transcend geological boundary, thereby assisting companies in marketing globally through digital means. I would like to once again express my gratitude to all the experts joining us today from home or abroad. Thank you for sharing with us the latest progress of AI application used in various situations. I also hope that our viewers keep using our AI technology business matching platform to find the AI technology and the partner you need in the future. Your investment in Taiwan are mostly welcome. Thank you.
Thank you, Director Lin, and thank you also for joining us in today's forum. To promote AI application implementation, the Industrial Development Bureau, IDB of Taiwan, will continue to enhance government-industrial cooperation. We believe that continuous long-term interactions with the ICT industry, such as TCA, Taipei Computer Association, will deepen practical cooperating relationship and turn Taiwan into an AI technology role model. The second episode of the 2020 AI Now Online Tech Forum will be ready in October. We will then talk about revealing AI blueprints, deployment of innovative countries, and emerging markets, accompanying professionals from all over the world. AI industry promotion organizations representatives will be here with us, so please follow our channel and never miss an episode. Thank you for watching today. See you next time.